30 years ago, Color Me Bad dropped CMB, their 6 million copy selling album with hits like I Want to Sex You Up, I Adore Me More, All for Love, and Slow Motion. Now, original band member Mark Calderon is part of the I Love the 90's tour, coming to Aurora this Sunday with Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Coolio, Tone Loc, Young MC. I mean, you're just living out everybody's early 90's fantasies.
Man, I tell you what, I'm truly blessed that I get to do all this at the age that I am. And it's just like being at a, I don't know, like at a carnival and a fair, just all the time, just having a great time, man. There's nothing like getting out on stage and singing them songs and seeing everyone just singing, dancing, having a great time. Nothing better than that, man. I'm so blessed to be a part of it.
Well, especially these songs and and the artists that are on this tour mean so many, so much to so many people, and it brings you back to a simpler time, and a time where 30 years has passed, so lives are very different, but it just take you hear those beats of those songs and it just takes you back to the early 90's.
Well, I mean, think about it. All those people there at the show, they're all 30 years younger, so they're in high school. They think about the times when they're there with their friends in the car, blasting the music of the 90's, just going out and having great times. And that's what we want to bring back to the people. Life has been tough lately with COVID, stress, the economy. It's great to have people come out and just kind of get away from all that for just a few hours. So that's what we bring.
Oh, exactly. Now let's talk a little bit about this tour. RiverEdge Park in Aurora on Sunday. Have you been friends with everybody who's on this tour, since the early 90's, or did everybody just kind of meet later on?
Um, we met all the artists before. We had met them all before, but now because we do so many shows with them, we're much closer, and we know a little bit more about each other. So yeah, it's and back then it was such a big competition, but it's like everyone's out just having a good time. That's like no one cares. Like, okay, who's going on first? Okay, we will, no worries. There's that competition has really not it's died down a lot. But everyone just everyone's just happy that they get to go out and continue doing what they love to do, man. And so it's great.
Let's talk about that big breakout year, 1991. Billboard's top three songs. Number one, Brian Adams, Everything I Do It For You. Number two, Color Me Bad, I Want to Sex You Up. Number three for the year, CNC Music Factory, Gonna Make You Sweat. All three songs that you still hear on radio stations on a daily basis, even today.
Unbelievable, man. It's just it's funny because when we did I Want to Sex You Up, we had no idea that we would be listening to the song 30 years later on classic radio. You had no idea, man. We were just kids having a great time, just doing what we love to do. And we were just fortunate that the music that we were doing was going to be played for years. And who knows, maybe continue on for years. I don't know. But, it's just great that we get to do it, So, I mean, it's such a simple song. I Want to Sex You Up, written for the movie New Jack City. And it was written for a Pacific scene that Dr. Freeze saw, during a pre-production of the movie. And he gave us the track. We went in, we listened to it, we wrote the song, and here we are 30 years later, getting ready to perform it again. So.
Okay. And let's go back, a couple of early shows here, as far as especially your very first tour, 1991, August 1st, 1991, with Club MTV at Poplar Creek here in Hoffman Estates. I mean, talk about Club MTV. Like, I wish that series would come back. It would be so much fun. But the album just came out and you guys went on this huge tour right at the beginning. What do you remember about, maybe that very beginning of that career?
A couple of things I remember about that tour. First of all, every night before we hit the stage, I was a nervous wreck. I was just so nervous to get up on stage, believe it or not. But the great thing about that tour is that we were performing and sharing the stage with artists who we always admired. Like, take, for instance, Belle Biv DeVoe of New Edition. We were such huge fans of those guys, and we'd seen them so many times growing up in concert. And then Tony was another act that we always loved and admired, who put out some amazing music. CNC Music Factory, we were living in New York at the time, and that's Gonna Make You Sweat was the biggest song in the city at that time. So it was crazy. It was a dream come true. We had worked so hard to get to that point. And, funny, at that time when we were just trying to get a record deal, no one wanted to sign us because of the way the group looked, with the multicultural group that we had. And being able to kind of bring it all together, and finally started making money at doing what we love to do. It was a dream come true, traveling across the country. Come on, man. I mean, those are great days. It's great times.
It was a great time. Another gig I want to mention, B96, a big popular station here in the Chicagoland area, the 1994 Summer Bash. It was Color Me Bad, K7, Gabrielle, Jeanne, Stevie B, John Cicada, Salt and Pepper. I mean, that was just an exciting lineup. I mean, bring that tour back.
Come on. And I mean, come on. I would go see that. That's a great show. That's a great lineup, man. A lot of great hits, a lot of great acts. Let's do it again. Let's go. Come on. Let's do this. Let's make it happen.
What do you remember about that specific gig? Do you remember, being here in Chicago in 94?
I do. I remember, it was a beautiful night. I remember I think we went on like fourth, I think. I think Salt and Pepper was closing that night. And it was a great night. The fans were wild. Like I said before, I remember the Chicago Bulls was in the world champion, the NBA championship. And it was just a great time. A lot of energy that night in that place. Great.
It was that was such an exciting time, especially with Michael Jordan and the.
Were you there?
I was there. That was. I think that was my very first concert.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. Because of course, there's some things that I wanted to research, but other things that I was like, I already knew. I was like, I was there. I don't have to, wonder when they were in Chicago. I was like, that was my very first concert. I was 16, and my friends and I, that was the first time we got to drive and go to our own show, and it was like all the songs we listened to on the radio that we got to see live. So, yeah.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. The nostalgia. Bring it back. Come on.
Bring it
Good
back.
time. And great memories. You had a great memory.
I had a great memory, and especially like the show on Sunday and this tour that you're doing right now is just bringing people back to that simpler time. You can close your eyes, you can remember your 15-year-old self, your 10-year-old self, your 20-year-old self. Listening to these songs for the very first time.
Yeah, man.
Are you seeing multi-generational families, especially someone who might have been a teen going to see you first, and now their parents are bringing their kids along, and like, here, this is the music that mom and dad grew up to.
It's like a family event, man. It's people, they come out, they bring their kids, everyone's just coming out having a great time. It's like a family event, which is cool because the music was good, man. I think the only thing that may be censored is just the word sex in our song, I Want to Sex You Up. But we still get to sing that song. But all the other acts and all the other songs are great, man. We're having a great time. People loving it, dancing, singing along. I love the 90s. We've been doing it for a while now. People they just keep packing in. So we just keep doing it.
You just keep doing it. The Grammy performance and getting to go there, is that, especially, I think when you're in it, you're just, you're going on tour, you're going to the Grammys, you got to record an album, and you're just kind of living, day to day because there's so much to do. But then as the years go by, I'm sure you can appreciate those moments in a different, aspect now that you get to take a step back.
It's funny you say that, because when I look back at those kind of things, you kind of have to pinch yourself. It's like, is that really me? Did that really happen? Wow, that's pretty amazing. Going to the Grammys and being nominated for 2 Grammy Awards and performing on stage in front of the whole world, and just unbelievable, man. A dream come true, man. And I mean, come on, man. It just keeps on. Hey, I want to throw out something at you. I want to let everyone know, all the viewers and all the listeners here, that Color Me Bad, we have a website called colormebad.com. And we also have a new single that's out called California Dreamin'. Did you know about that?
Tell me all about the new single.
Man, the single, it has an old school feel to it. Music that we all love to hear. It has kind of a Motown vibe. It's a love song. And you got to go check it out. The video is out there. Go check out the video. I'm the sole owner now of Color Me Bad. I'm the only original member left. All the other guys decided to go different directions, So I'm just out here with the brand, with the trademark, having a great time, putting out new music like we're supposed to do. And, just seeing what comes back. And I encourage you to go check it out and listen to the new single, California Dreaming.
We're gonna go.
It's on all digital music platforms.
We're gonna check that out because we always love to hear those throwback hits, but always love when our favorite bands, release new music because we love the new tracks that people put out.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome. Well, Mark, thank you so much for your time today. Again, I Love the 90s coming to RiverEdge Park in Aurora this Sunday, August 7th. It's going to be Color Me Bad, Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Coolio, Tone Loc, and Young MC. Get those tickets and have a great time in the Chicagoland area this Sunday.
Thanks a lot, man. Good to see you.
You too. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.